Yo, what up, guys? So, with the new season actually here, I signed a really cool deal with Bleacher Report where I'm going to be doing not only live streams for them, but a lot of short form content. Now, one drawback about this is it is going to take a lot of time for me to go on there. But what I'm probably going to do is I owe them about 4 videos a week from that for videos that last about 90 seconds to 3 minutes. So my plan is, to do that. They want really nice edits, so the editing is going to be nice. So, the plan is to go out there and do that and probably compile those clips and put them out as a full video on the YouTube channel. It might look a little bit clunky because I'm going to go from one video and then transition into a completely different topic, without really doing much, but and you're gonna see me wearing like different stuff, but this is all a part of being able to bring Bleacher Report great content and also sharing it for the YouTube channel as well. So, in this video, we're gonna be talking about where the heck is Arik Armstead, also 5 under the radar players to look out for in this training camp, and just Travis Hunter. Will he be able to play both sides of the ball? Will he play both sides of the ball? What do I think is going to happen week 1? Lots of cool stuff coming here, and really excited the season's here. Go Jags. What is going on with Jaguars defensive tackle Arik Armstead? In 2024 free agency, Arik Armstead signed a 3-year, $51 million deal with the Jaguars. He subsequently missed the entire training camp and preseason for the Jaguars. However, he was able to play the entire regular season. Unfortunately, his impact was not really felt for the Jaguars in 2024 after he finished the season with just 2 sacks. Now, a lot of people attribute this to the fact that he was playing out of position. He was no longer playing defensive tackle, which is a position that he mastered playing for the 49ers. He was playing defensive end. And also, defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen had a bunch of players put on weight, and essentially everybody, and I mean it, everybody on the defense regressed in 2024. I was personally ready to kind of wipe the slate clean in 2025, understanding that circumstances were not good in 2024, and let's move on to a new year. However, he is not participating much at all in training camp. He is only really participating in position drills, and he's not participating in team drills against the offense. And he didn't even participate in the Jaguar scrimmage on Friday night. Now, Liam Cohen originally said that this is a veteran's rest, but as of Friday night, they called him day-to-day with a sore back. I don't know what's going on with Arik Armstead. It feels like they're hiding something, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit concerned and slightly annoyed. 5 under-the-radar Jacksonville Jaguars players to really look out for during training camp and the preseason. Number 1 is wide receiver Joshua Cephas. He's going into his 2nd year for the Jaguars after spending his rookie season on the practice squad. And look, he's a player that is really putting up a lot of electric highlights and is really making plays every single day of training camp and as well as the actual scrimmage on Friday night. Now, the wide receiver 5 and 6 spots are seemingly wide open for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and right now it really does feel like Joshua Cephas has a foot in to make the final 53-man roster. Number 2 is defensive end Dawuane Smoot. Now, he was a very, very familiar name after he was drafted by the Jaguars in the 3rd round of the 2017 NFL Draft. Took a year off and went over to the Buffalo, but now he is back on the Jaguars, and he is actually having an extremely strong camp. And one big criticism of Trent Baalke the last couple of years is that ever since Arden Key left to go to the Tennessee Titans, the Jaguars have not been able to secure a 3rd edge rusher spot. Behind Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker, there's been nothing. And Dawuane Smoot will really be a guy that can come in on 3rd down and help really bring some pass rush to the quarterback to be able to help the Jaguars get off the field on 3rd down and bring a guy that's actually going to get some sacks for the Jags. Number 3 is Devon Hamilton. Now, at one point, he was one of the better nose tackles in the NFL, and something happened right before the 2023 season where his back went out. Nothing was really confirmed. A lot of it is just kind of hearsay. So I won't report on his exact injury, but he came back later in the 2023 season, was not very good. Unfortunately, was not great in 2024, but by all accounts, people are saying that he is back to his normal form and he has been destroying it at training camp, and we need him because right now Mason Smith is injured. I don't know what's going on with Arik Armstead. But we need some kind of strong force on the interior of the defensive line, and Devon Hamilton is a guy that you should really look out for throughout the preseason. Number 4 is Jaguars left tackle Walker Little. Now, Walker Little was the Jaguars' second-round pick in the 2021 NFL draft, and the Jaguars have been kind of moving him all around, right? He had a right tackle competition. He's played some left guard for the Jaguars, and for the longest time, whenever he started left tackle, he was always looking over his shoulder at Cam Robinson, waiting for Cam Robinson to either come back from injury or some kind of suspension. 2025 is really his first opportunity to be a starter at his most natural position. I like him a lot more than others, and I think that if he stays healthy, he is a very underrated left tackle for the Jags. Number 5 and a final player we'll talk about is safety Antonio Johnson. The Jaguars drafted him in the 5th round of the 2023 NFL draft, and spent a little bit of time not really doing much kind of on and off the field, but 2024 was his real first opportunity to start for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and unfortunately, he did not do very well, did not understand Ryan Nielsen's defense, was lost in coverage a lot. But he's a guy that has all the physical tools to be great. He's big, he's lengthy, he's 6'3". He's got a perfect frame to be potentially a really good free safety. If he can get his head around Anthony Campanelli's defense, he could potentially push for a starting spot for the Jacksonville Jaguars. In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Jaguars made a big move to go after star wide receiver and cornerback Travis Hunter out of Colorado. At the time, I don't think a lot of people actually believed that Travis Hunter was going to play both wide receiver and cornerback. However, we fast forward to training camp, and Travis Hunter is actually doing the thing, man. He is playing both offense and defense all throughout training camp. And even in the middle of the scrimmage on Friday night, Travis Hunter switched from the offensive teal jersey into the defensive white jersey. There is no doubt that physically he can do it in a game. There's about 10 to 20% more snaps in college football than there is in the NFL. Also in college football, they run a lot more tempo, so they are running a lot more. And also Travis Hunter played a mile-high elevation. There's a question of longevity here because last year at Colorado, he played 13 games, and for the Jaguars, he is going to play at least 17 games if the Jaguars don't make the playoffs. The biggest question here isn't whether or not he can do it physically, because I think we all think that he can. The big question is, can he do this mentally? Can he get a real grasp of Liam Cohen's complicated offense that's going to include a lot of motions, but also can he do it on defense as well? Can he get his head wrapped around Anthony Campanelli's defense and understand all the different coverages and where he needs to be? Because you don't want a guy on a field that is completely lost. Travis Hunter will spend a lot of time in a classroom, and I think that he is going to be able to get it done. Week 1 starter on both offense and defense.